There are 10 new fashion trends heading our way for winter, and I think they need to be avoided at all cost. If you'd like to know what those trends are and why you should avoid them, then just keep watching. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome back to my channel. If you'd like to stay ahead of the fashion curve but avoid some of those costly fashion mistakes, then this video is for you. Now, I know you won't all agree with the trends that I'm selecting today, and that's absolutely fine. If you like them, please just wear them and enjoy them. The reason I've picked out these 10 trends to avoid is because I don't think they are universally flattering, which basically just means they're not going to suit most of us. They can be tricky to wear, and potentially they are going to be those pieces that you buy on a whim because you think you have fallen in love with them, but they hang in your closet and you don't get the wear out of them. For me, fashion definitely has to be about fun, but it also needs to be practical as well. The last thing that I want you guys to do is waste your hard-earned money on fashion mistakes. So this video is all about avoiding them. And before we get started, I'd just like to say a big thank you to the team at Vincero for sponsoring this video. You guys know how much I love these watches, and for very good reason. Not only are they super stylish, but they're also affordable too. They're affordable because they are luxury quality timepieces, but they are not going to break the bank. The great news is this week, Vincero is also launching a massive anniversary sale with a whole lot of really cool deals for you guys to take advantage of. So I will leave a link to Vincero in the description box below so you can go over there and check it out and take advantage of some of those really good deals. Now, with that said, let's just get on with the video and the trends that I think you guys need to avoid. I won't make it easy for you now. Okay, first up, the trend that I really think we need to avoid is leather pants. Now, I know this one is going to be controversial because I'm sure many of you own leather pants. If you do, that's great. If you don't, I would suggest not investing in a pair of leather pants. There are a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, because they're obviously a really expensive investment, and I'm picking that they're an investment that you are not going to wear for years and years to come. Leather pants have absolutely zero give in them, so if you put on a couple of pounds here and there, they're immediately going to feel uncomfortable. Therefore, they will hang in your closet and you won't get that wear out of them. Yes, they will last you a lifetime, but again, if you're not wearing them really regularly, there's just not that return on your investment. If you are insisting on buying yourself a pair of leather pants this year, I would suggest going for some leather leggings because they will not date. You got 2 minutes of my time. The next trend that I've seen quite a bit of on the runway, and I think we can expect to see more of too, is neon turtlenecks. Now, we've seen a little bit of neon coming through from time to time, and I can see that this is a really fun, vibrant trend. But again, I think it is one of these pieces that you will love and wear once or twice maybe, but once you've worn this look a couple of times, it is potentially something that you will tire of very easily. It's also such a statement piece that it's really obvious if you're wearing it regularly. So for this reason, I think, yes, it's fun, and if you feel like just having a bit of frivolous fashion fun this season, go for it. Otherwise, I would say steer clear of neon turtlenecks. I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams. Okay, we've seen lots of jumpsuits over the last couple of seasons, and jumpsuits and boiler suits are huge for winter 2019. They have made it to my what not to wear list because I think that they are just a look that, one, is not practical, and unless you are 6 foot tall and super slim, I don't think that they are the most flattering look. And don't get me wrong, if you love them and you're already wearing them, that is great, but I'm not picking them as something that is going to work for a lot of people. Also, they have been around for a couple of seasons now, and my guess is that this is the last season for them to be around. So I wouldn't want you guys to waste your money on a trend piece that really is going to be over and out at the end of this season. Puffy headbands were big in the 80s and they have made a comeback for winter 2019. Now, this is a look that I just think is potentially a little bit young for anyone over the age of 30. Again, fashion shouldn't be about hard and fast rules. But when I'm looking at trends that I don't think are worth investing in this season, this is one of them. They do look good on the runway, but on the streets and in reality, I don't think they are that flattering. I'd love to know what you guys think about these puffy headbands. If you think they are great, please leave the word yes in the comments below. If you think they are not so great, leave the word no. I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me break it. There's also a lot of oversized slouchy suiting that's happening for winter 2019, and I just think that this is something that you do need to be really tall and slim to completely pull this look off. Otherwise, I think you tend to just look a little bit unkempt and not polished, and it just looks like you're wearing a suit that just doesn't fit you rather than it being a fashion statement. Another trend that has made it to this list, because I think it's a difficult trend for most of us to wear and wear well, and that is superpower shoulders. So there are a lot of shoulder pads that have come back. We saw them in the 80s and the 90s. Now they are back and bigger and bolder than ever. Now don't get me wrong, a small shoulder pad can add some really lovely structure to a jacket or a blazer, but what we are seeing is extremes, and I think when it comes to fashion, anything that is extreme is not going to be here for long. So that means that the piece that you buy this winter, it will date and will look out of fashion and out of place next winter. So these extreme superpower shoulders with big heavy padding in them, I think are one that you really should give a miss this winter. There's also a lot of patchwork and quilted pieces around this winter, and yes, they do have a homespun, cottagey, crafty feel to them, but they also add a lot of extra fabric and bulk to an outfit. So if you are looking for more of a streamlined silhouette, then I would well and truly avoid any of these patchwork quilted pieces. They do just create a lot of bulk that sometimes just makes it really difficult to pull off. There's also a trend this winter for extremes in handbags. So what I'm seeing is teeny tiny little handbags and also some supersized, oversized, slouchy bags. Now, I just think, as I said earlier, any extremes in fashion is not something that's going to be around for long. I think the teeny tiny bags are not practical for obvious reasons. You can hardly carry anything in them, and they're tricky to hold as well. The supersized bags are just as awkward, but for the opposite reason. There's just so much bag, and you almost need to fill them with a puffer jacket to actually fill them up. So these extremes in bags and purses, I think, are just too much, and for that reason they've made it to this list. There's also a lot of velvet and corduroy that we can expect to see this winter too. Now these are luxurious, warm, cozy fabrics, but what they do tend to do is add extra bulk and volume as well. And in winter we generally have to wear a number of layers, so often it's easier if those layers are finer and then you leave the thickest layer to your outer layer and then just finish off with a scarf or a beanie or a hat to keep warm. So these pieces that are in velvet and corduroy look luxe, but they are very bulky to wear. But don't you try to call me tomorrow. Now don't get me wrong, I love ruffle detailing on tops and skirts. It can be really pretty and really delicate, but this winter it's been taken to an extreme level where the ruffle detailing is just, in my opinion, over the top. So if you want to avoid a fashion mistake this winter, I would steer clear of the ruffle detailing that we are seeing and maybe opt for something that's just a little bit more delicate, a little bit more pared back, and not such a bold statement. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would love you to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel for more, and I can't wait to catch you in the next one. Bye for now.
You wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me break.